I'm excited about this next review, and as you can tell, I'm thinking of something purple. On this side, I have a MyPillow, and on this side, I have a standard couch pillow. To be honest with you, I end up using this one most nights because it's thinner. I find that the MyPillow is too thick, doesn't give enough, and when it does give, it gave too much. And so when I heard about this purple pillow, I knew that I had to try it. It was a little bit of an investment for $100 on a pillow, but I thought this is the time to try it. Now, let's get an official weight on this item, and then I'll continue to the unboxing. Just a standard scale. I'm going to stick the purple pillow in its box on the scale, and as we watch it tally up, it came to 11.5 pounds. So yes, it does meet the 10-pound report is what I've heard. 11.5 with the box. Alright, so here we have the box with the purple pillow in. I'm going to carefully cut this tape. See if I can cut down the line carefully. Ripped a little bit there on its own. It's okay. Alright, so we have the box completely open. Now, inside of it, it's this cool little duffel bag looking thing holding the purple pillow. On this side, we notice a zipper, and the zipper's here on the bottom. So you unzip it, come around. Oh look, inside it actually has a sample of what the purple pillow is made out of. It's pretty neat. So there it is, purple pillow sample piece. Pretty squishy, pretty neat. Alright, so now let's pull this out all together. Move it all the way out. Move the bag over here. And now I have the pillow itself in another bag. So let's pull it out of there. Alright, so here it is. The purple pillow. Looks pretty cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get a whiff test of it. I'm going to smell it. I've heard some people have complained about this smelling like plastic. And actually, you know what? Right now I can sort of smell an odor. Let me just see. Yeah, it does have a weird odor to it. What I've read about on the website is you can actually wash this off outside. But for now, it looks pretty cool. I'm pretty excited to start this. Okay, so here's another look at the purple pillow. It's kind of neat, this gridded pattern that's there. You can push down and it responds and comes right back up. It's soft to the touch. What I'm doing now is I'm just looking through the grid patterns to make sure there's no deformities. I've heard about some people's the pattern being deformed and bunched and it won't bounce back. On the back, you notice it's this heavy-duty, almost like a canvas material. I think it's glued to it, and I think the glue is actually what I'm smelling. It might not be the product itself, but how they adhered it to there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse this off a few times, let it dry, and hopefully today or tomorrow I'll get to try and use it. If you pull these apart, I do see some powder bouncing down. You've heard some reviews where people have had powder in there. I do see some powder in there, but that stuff will rinse off. I do think it's interesting that they sent this sample to show you what the inside looked like. Actually, can you see the dust on my hands? This is just from when I was rubbing across the pillow, so that's that white dust that you might hear people talk about. Anyway, I think it's interesting they sent this as the representation, but it actually looks nothing like the purple pillow. Very interesting. Alright, so when I talked to the folks over at Purple, they said you could rinse this off with some warm water and some detergent. So I've made myself a bucket of warm water, and I figured I would just pour it over top and just see how, if I can get it all mixed in. Try to get it in and I'll swish it around a little. Just try to get some of the strange odor from in there. It's in the 60s today. So I'm thinking this will dry out. I probably will rinse it out with some cold water from the hose, but that's what I'm going to try first, just to see if I can get the smell out of it. I'm just moving it around. I actually like to mix it in there pretty good, so I'm just moving it around, almost pretending like just going through a washing machine. Okay, so after thoroughly washing this with warm soapy water, I'm now going to take the garden hose and spray it out to get all of that soap out. I'm going to take my time here to try to get it into every single one of the holes and crevices in this pillow because I want to make sure it's thoroughly cleaned. I had to do this because of the smell of glue that I could smell, and also there's a lot of white powder, and I just wanted to clean that off before using it. There may be no harmful effects, I just didn't want to risk it. So here I am taking my time. As you can see, it took about 20 minutes to rinse and wash, but I was pretty pleased with the end result. Once I was done rinsing and washing, I ended up just tipping it over and then I dumped it out. Been about a day since I did a thorough washing of this purple pillow, and I ended up draping it upside down on a clothes dryer over top of an air vent or heater vent just to make sure it dried thoroughly. You want to make sure inside here gets really, really dry. And so I did that. And now if I go over top of this again, like I did last time, you can't really see any powder on either side of my hand. And I'll do a side by side just so you can see. So I think it did really, really good. And you know what else I noticed? I don't have a smell anymore. Before it was kind of noxious and unbearable. Now I can put my face right in it. I don't really have that smell. Or if I do smell something, it's very, very faint. So tonight I'm going to try it for the first time and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so this is the first night I'll be trying out this pillow. You notice that I have a little pillow here underneath it. Well, I did that because when I first laid down, this was just too narrow. It's only about 3 inches from top to bottom, this pillow, and that was too small for me, so I added this very small profile pillow, and so now if you look, it's about 5 inches, so it gave me a 2-inch boost. Some of you might think that's high, but remember, when you're laying down on the pillow, it is going to compress, so I felt like I needed that just to give me the support. Couple of things I want to show you. When you're laying on the pillow, you want to make sure your shoulders are off of it. Now, this could be a disadvantage because it pushes you down the bed, and realistically, my feet are now off the bed. I'm 6'4", and so that's kind of an inconvenience. I could boost it up that way, but I don't want the pillow to fall down into the crack or some way move, but we'll see. But right now, it feels really, really supportive. I feel good. I feel like I'm going to get a good night's sleep this exact way. I'll let you know in a few days how it worked out. Okay, so it's been 1 week since I've started using my purple pillow. If you remember from the beginning, I first had to clean it because it smelled nasty and had some white powder all over it. But once I did that, I waited about a day and then I started using it. And now after 7 days, I'm ready to give you my opinion. I'm going to put this in the form of pros and cons. So let's start with the pros first. 1, it is a very firm pillow, and I like a firm pillow. So for me, that's going to be a pro. The pillow was very firm. 2, it was cool to the touch all the time. I know some people often look for a cooler pillow. This one for sure is. It was always cool and sometimes cold. 3, it absolutely did not move in my spot on the bed. And that probably is because it's a 10-pound pillow and it's pretty hard to move. So those are some really good pros. I felt great when I was sleeping, so I really, really enjoyed it. Now, some of the cons. 1, I think the profile of the pillow is very, very small. Earlier editions came with either an inflatable pad you can put under it or different pads that would come under it. This particular one didn't have it. When I called Purple, they actually discontinued sending any kind of lift for the pillow. So I would say that's a con, the very, very small profile. So I ended up having to put a smaller pillow underneath it just to raise it, and I think it worked very, very well. Now this next con was also a pro, but it was the temperature. the pillow was always cool, and sometimes it was really, really cold. I would end up putting like maybe a blanket over top of it because it was too cool. Now, that might not be a problem for you, but at times it was for me. Another con, I think, would be the price. $100 for a pillow is a lot of money. It's a big investment to see if that will work for you or not, especially with some of the other things I had to do just to get it to work for me, such as putting a pillow underneath it and maybe even covering it with a blanket sometime. I'm going to continue using it, and then in like 30 days I'll do an updated video just to see how it's still going and what I still think about it. But I wanted to give you my 7-day review after using the purple pillow. As for now, it's thumbs up, but we'll see as we continue on. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. If you like this video, click the like button. Be sure to comment below and subscribe. Also hit the little bell so you're notified when my next video posts. I have been doing some as seen on TV items and other consumer gadgets. Looking for people's opinion on what they think I should review. Just send me a message in the comments and I'll look into it. As always, have a great day.